So friends, welcome back to the second tutorial. Today we are going to look at a second scenario. The first time we looked at a scenario about meeting attendance, and we saw how we were able to use some functions to set up our data from a text set of data. So today we are going to look at another scenario. Remember that all that we've been doing so far is how to structure your data. By next week, we will start the analysis. So we are just setting the format that will make it easy for us to analyze our data. So let's look at the scenario 2. We shared this on our platform, and we're happy to see some people already starting to work on it, and then they asked questions. So we are excited that people are making attempts at them. So we have 3 states in the South region of Nigeria. These states are Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Rivers. Each of them submitted a sales report for analysis. The management of this organization collated these reports and sought for the services of a spreadsheet specialist. And so it has been brought to us to analyze. However, the data came in this format. As you can see, these are all texts. But when you read through it, you'll be able to get some details about what happened. So for Akwa Ibom, there are 5 staff, and these are their respective sales. Then when we go to the second state, Bayelsa, they also have 5 staff, and these were their sales. Remember that this sales was from 7th of June, 2022. And we were told that it was for 5 days. I guess so. So it's for 5 days. Let's see the beginning, 3 states, dash. Okay, I think it is for 5 days. So we are starting our analysis from the day they started the sales. That's from 7th. And then we count forward 5 days. That will give us that the period. So Bayelsa has this. And then Rivers has this. Now, when we come to the task, management is not happy about the performance of the states, and they really want to do something to improve the performance. And they don't know what to do. They don't know whether to support a state or support individual. So all they know is that this is what has come to them, and they require you to give them analysis, give them a report that will help them to make decisions that will improve performance. And you have been recommended for this service. Now, these are some of the clues that we put forward. We need to extract all the data and align them under header columns. Remember in our first tutorial, we said that we need to align our data under columns. So each column will have data that are unique to it, identical. Then we need to set up a combined table of data set for the 3 states. It means we are going to create tables for each of the states. And then we combine the 3 of them. We need to identify any insights. If there is any insight in the data, we need to identify that. Then what will also help us is, can we get the top performing staff? Then our advice is maybe look at those whose contribution make up to the 80% of the total sales. So we can do that at the state level, and then we can also do that at a team level. State by state, we can check that, and then when we combine it, we can also check that. So that when we are making recommendations, we are not one-sided. It's not just one lopsided. We need to say, okay, in this state, this and this are the performing ones. But when you merge all of them and you compare all of them, then these are the ones that may need attention. Okay, so we want to look at those who are the top performing staff. What are their characteristics? Are there any trends in the sales of the days? So we will see that there are certain factors that influence sales. Sometimes the gender of the salesperson can influence sales. The days of the week that sales are made can also influence sales. And so we said, note that you can request for more details about the staff if you think that this will help your analysis. Okay, so part of the clue that we put this was you could also request, can I see their biodata? Are they female? What are their age limit? What, because sometimes the elderly may not sell as fast as the younger ones. And again, females may have more tendency to make higher sales than males. So these are the things that should be happening. I mean, the thoughts that should be occurring in our heart. Okay, so these are the staff details because we requested for it and then we were given this. All right, so that is the end of the question. Now, what we need to do is let's go back to what we want to do. Okay, this is the answer, just a minute. Okay, so I have laid out the steps that we need to take. So I'm going to describe these steps and then we are going to do them on our own and then see how we'll be able to catch up. So step one, because these are text data, we need to transform them into numbers. Now, when you see this, I copied this directly from that PowerPoint, from the text field and pasted them here. Now, there are features in Excel that will help us to segment these things into columns just by a few clicks. And it will take me less than a minute to separate all these details into this column that we have here. So the first step that I outlined was, first of all, copy all of them. So if you remember our PowerPoint that we presented, each slide is for a state. So we need to copy for each state and paste them here. We also pasted them here, and then we pasted them here, rivers. I have a reason for pasting rivers twice and then highlighting this. So by the time we get to the feature we use, then I'll let you know why this happened. So once we have copied this, we go to step 2. So we need to use the text to column feature. I know some of us know that things like that are there, but how to use them is we don't know. So under the data tab on the ribbon, you see this here under data tools. This text to column is what we use to segment all this into different columns. And then we are good to go. So that is the second step. And then the third step was to now convert what we have. We convert this now into Excel official table. Just a minute. All right, so this is the first step that we did, the second step, and then the third step is to convert the arrays into official table recognized by Excel. Now, I'm going to show us something briefly. I'm going to click inside this first table that we did here, what we may call table, this one here. You can see over here, there is nothing like table options or table tools. But the moment I come here and I click here, you see that this is up here, table design. Though both of them look alike, one is a table, the other one is not. This is not a table. As you can see, there is no table design here, but if I put here, you see table design. And so we can do a lot of things here. So there are advantages of converting your arrays into official table. And we are going to be seeing that in a short while. So after doing this for each of them, this is for the third state. The next is to now use your Power Query to combine all of them. You can see here we have all the three tables put together. You can see from here up to some point here is rivers. Here is rivers. The next that followed is Akwa Ibom, and so on and so forth. So this is what we are going to be doing. How do we flip this? How do we come to this point? Once we arrive at this point, our data is now set for analysis. And then from here, we can now begin to visualize using graph, using charts, using the other features that enhance appreciation of the data and insights. So what we are going to be doing now is I'm going to get a new sheet so that we'll take this step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then we can allow us to do some on our own. Okay, I have to get a new share now. So we are coming to this now. So this is a new workbook which we are going to use to work and then see how we are able to arrive at our destination. So from now, I'm going to take it a little bit slower so that we can catch up. But however, you know that this is being recorded and you can review them and practice and pause and play. So I'm going to pick those data from the PowerPoint presentation. I've copied it and I'm coming to paste it on this point where you are seeing. All right, so this is the one for Akwa Ibom. So I'm going to reduce this to 12. And you see, it took one column, but we are going to split this into different columns. Now, for this one, we don't have need for this one. So I'm going to delete all of them. We know that our sales start from 7th. So this is what I am going to need. So this is for Akwa Ibom. Let me go back to our text. And then let me pick for the next state, which is Bayelsa. Bayelsa is here. Again, let me reduce the font. Again, let's delete these ones. We don't need all of this. Again, I'm going to pick for the third state, which is Rivers. I've copied it. I'm coming over here to paste it. And I'm going to reduce this size. I'm reducing this size not because it's necessary, but because I want to have it, I want to view all of them at once. All right. We may or we may not put borders. It doesn't matter. So this is step 1, copying my text data onto my spreadsheet. That's step 1. Now, the next step is we need to put all these values into columns, into these columns. And so we are going to select what we want to split. Then we come to our data tab here. I'm coming straight to text to column. Now, I need to define whether my set is fixed width or it is separated by delimiters. Yes, they are separated by the delimiters. I've selected this. I've defined the type of data separator that I have. I'm going to click next. So what are they? Those delimiters. If you look at what we copied, there is Joanne, and then there is submitted. So there is a space between Joanne, between the words. So first, let's put space. You see, it has put columns where there are spaces. Again, we see that we have commas. So I'm going to check comma, and then now let me uncheck this comma and show you something. If you look at here, like Daily says, see this comma follows the amount. But the moment I check comma, it removes it and puts column. So I have segmented this right now. If I want this to remain here, I could click finish, but I want to transfer it to another site. So I'm going to click next. Then where do I want it placed? I'm going to collapse this, and then I'm going to select here. Now, at this point, I want to tell us that when you have tables, different tables on a spreadsheet, it's always advisable to have 1 or 2 columns and rows separating each one. So I have this, and I'm creating a new one. So I have left this column B as a space. So I have selected C, where it should start, and I click OK. You can see now that this now forms the name of my staff. This is something I don't need. I'm going to delete. These are my values, which were separated by comma. So how do we now fix this in a good table? All I need to do is come over here. All these columns, I don't need them. I'm interested in the money, the value. So I'm going to right click and I'll delete. So this option comes up. I need to shift the remaining ones to my left so that these ones will come over here. So that's why I'm going to choose this. By default, this is selected, but I am agreeing with it. So I'm going to click OK. It comes over here. I don't want these ones. I want them taken away. So I right click again, delete. Again, I'm shifting it to the left, and that is there. This also, 2 of them, I don't need them. I delete and shift towards the left. Now, this is what we now have. I can simply come here and write staff. Then this is 7th June 22. So I can quickly keep here and drag to this point. If I want, I could do something. So assuming I want to have my state here. So all this here, they are Akwa Ibom. So this is my Akwa Ibom. And then this is what I have. Now, what we have achieved right now is creating a semi-structured table. The semi in the sense that some columns are well positioned. For instance, we have states here, we have staff here. But again, these ones here, these are dates spread across. This is not right. So we need to flip it so that all these sales will come under specific days against each person. So that is where Power Query comes in. All right, so I'm going to run quickly this other one so that we can set our table like this, which is the second, that's our second step for each of the states. So again, I'm going to my data tab. I'm coming to this point. Again, I have the limiters. What are they? They are already selected because I have worked with it too before. And I need to go next. And I'm going to pick here now. The reason I'm shifting here is because I'm going to put my state here. Okay, so I click and enter. And then all these ones, from here is Bayelsa. Control and enter. So here is my state. Okay, so now let's go again and clean this data. So this is my stuff. So from here, I don't need this. Right click, delete, shift left. This, I don't need them. Delete, shift left. This, I don't need them. Shift to the left. So here we are. So I can simply pick this because they all happen on the same date. So here I go again with my second semi-structured table. again. Now I'm going to run into an error, not really an error, because there are times you can make a mistake and Excel assumes you know what you are doing. And so it says, okay, no problem. So we are going to, again, to go to data, and I come over here, still the same thing, see separated. Then I need to select where I want it. This column is my state, so I'm going ahead to click here. On the face, the Excel did not tell you there is any error, but when you look very well, you see that 1 here is separated, 44 is separated, 1 is here. So why is this scattered like this? That was the first time I showed you, I highlighted rivers, the first set, yellow, and I told you I was coming to tell you why we had that error. The reason is because we had asked this feature to put a column wherever there is a comma. Now, if I zoom this, you will see there are commas, especially where you have 4 figures. In between 1, we use for 1,000 separator. Wherever you have comma, it's going to put split it from that point. So that was what happened. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this and take care of that. So what we need to do is we just need to remove where we don't need that. Okay, where we don't need the separators, like all these points here. So we need to remove them. I'm sorry, it's going to take us a little time. There are other features in Excel that I could easily select this and I'll tell it to remove all spaces or remove all delimiters. Okay, so but that is beyond this particular one. And I hope we'll be able to. Okay, sorry, yes, we have one here, but here we don't have. Here we don't have. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. So wherever we don't need, we don't need that comma, we remove it, especially when we are using it in a, I think this is okay now, where we are using it as 1,000 separator and we want to use this feature. Oh, 25 minutes is gone. So let me just run through this and quickly data this. Let me drop it here. This is stuff. So here, okay. So here is my state, isn't it? Did you run into any problem? Okay, I think we must have missed something. Let me take that again. As my data is. Okay. So I have that delimiter there. This is separated. Good. And over here, so I can have this here. All right. So this is rivers. Okay, so I think at this point, we are going to stop. We will continue the session, or we will just do a video, complete it, and share, especially with the Power Query, how to create queries, and how to combine them. So we will see what we can do. This is actually a long one, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll use next week to complete this. So this is where we are ending today's tutorial. I want to thank you for your attention. So right now we are going to allow people who want to speak. So if you want to speak, raise your hand, then we'll call you, and then you can unmute. So anybody can unmute right now. Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, who is speaking, please?
My name is Yusuf Wabi.
Okay.
Yes,
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you for this wonderful class. I want to appreciate you for that. And my only issue is not a question, but rather my comment is that usually many of us that are using Android, we hardly can see where you click to remove those commas. Where do you click to put it in so I think it's important going forward so that we see in the direction, even though some of us may not have to do it, but then you know, there are many 1,000 ways of doing things differently. So I think this is my comment, and I want to commend you for the wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For tutorial, it would be a lot better if we join with a device that has a wide screen, and especially with Excel installed, and then the visualization will be a lot better. So thank you for your observation. Okay, Yom's hands is up. Yoms, please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, facilitator, and sincerely appreciate the hard work you are putting into this. However, the time allotted for this training is very small, especially where there are different people with different backgrounds that are trying to catch up with this training. And I'm just pleading on behalf of others, if any, that if this training can be extended to like at least an hour, because just like the way you were struggling to see how you can now finish this module, which is not up to halfway. And I think it will do us good, especially people that are ready to learn, to have it, and especially getting the right thing. If you share a video of this, there are so many videos that you cannot comprehend what they are talking, and you cannot interface with the facilitator. So mine is just a plea, and I'm saying a good job, and continue the good job that you are doing. Thank you. Over.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yoms. Maybe I may use this opportunity to tell us that there is a more comprehensive package of this course, which runs every weekend, and we run for the online version. We have Saturday and Sunday, and each of those days is for 2 hours. So what we normally do in such trainings, after demonstration like this, we'll give a session for practice. So within that period, participants will practice, make comments, and then sometimes if they have difficulty, we'll allow them to share their screen, and then we'll put them through. However, this one is a very short. It's not designed to be as comprehensive and detailed as that other one. We will look at this and then maybe respond to individuals on case-by-case basis. Thank you. So Ramatu Aruna, your hand is up. Please go ahead and speak. Ramati, are you having problem with your audio?
Hello,
okay,
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much. Just wish to say a word of appreciation regards to your commitment. We really appreciate your efforts seriously. And again, in regards to the classes, we say that you have a more detailed class. When is the class starting, or has it commenced already? And what are the days and time? Maybe someone can just enroll himself into the program. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for your word of encouragement, and we are motivated. When we do things like this and people are happy, we are encouraged to do more. The training is going to start 15th of October. We have two versions of it. We have the one that is face-to-face. That is going to happen in Abuja. And that one happens only on Saturdays. So we are going to have the session for 4 Saturdays. And each of the Saturdays, it will start from 10 and end by around between 2 and 4, depending on the strength of the participant within for each day. And then it's going to run for 4 Saturdays. Then the online has Saturdays and Sundays in the evening from is it 7:30 to 9:30 or 8 to 10, thereabout, 2 hours for Saturday and Sunday. And then we run that like that for, I think it's about, that one is about 5 weekends like that. And all of them are going to start on 15th of October. What we really need to say concerning data analysis using Excel, yes, we know that 25 minutes per day is very, very short, but it's just to give us an idea that these things exist and there is a more comprehensive package that is coming up. So thank you so much. I hope that has helped.
Yeah, it really does. How I wish I reside in Abuja, because I need things being practical so that whenever I had a problem, you can come to my system and
Yes.
exactly. But this online something of it. Though we are catching up, I hope
Okay.
I'm looking forward to a time or a period whereby you come to my own area, like the northeastern part of the country, and establish something like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You see, there is no place that we cannot go if you have the number of participants.
Oh, okay.
Even outside the country, we have presence in about 5 countries. And so if we have a good number, we can always go there and deliver the training.
Wow.
Thank you so much. So, Paul, you're next. Hello, Paul. Okay, Mishak, your hand is up again. Is it the old one or new one?
Yeah, it's a new hand. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm pretty aware that this package is free of charge. I don't know if those other packages you are talking about have cost implication. Thank you.
Okay, yes, they do. It's 30,000. So 30,000 is the cost. And for those who are not in Nigeria, it's $40. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, Paul, are you on now? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you.
I want to sincerely appreciate this moment that spent with you in training, but I just want to please, if there is a way we can extend this time, maybe like a kind of additional 20 minutes to what we have now, it will be of better for us. At least for those of us that just come into training this for the first time. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. And we will consider that and see how it works out. Then we'll communicate us. I hope everyone that is attending this training, first you need to fill the attendance so that we can have your details and communicate you. And also believe that you are in the WhatsApp group where we share details for you to pick. So we'll look at what extra time that we can add to 25 minutes and see what we can do. Yes, IKENAS, we have certificates of completion that we issue at the end of the course. Okay, so thanks everyone, and we wish you a pleasant evening rest. So see you next week. You will hear from us in the forum.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
All right.
Bye.